the winds of change are sweeping across Africa, with Burkina Faso at the forefront of a bold and transformative movement. This West African nation, long known for its rich natural resources, especially gold, has taken a decisive step that could reshape its future and potentially set a precedent for other African nations. By nationalizing two key gold mines, Burkina Faso is not just reclaiming control over its resources, but also signaling a broader push toward economic sovereignty and self-reliance. This move reflects a growing determination across the continent to ensure that the wealth beneath African soil benefits its people rather than foreign corporations. Burkina Faso's recent decision to nationalize two of its most significant gold mines marks a new chapter in the country's economic history. This move is more than just a shift in ownership. It represents a strategic effort to safeguard the nation's resources and ensure that the benefits of gold mining are more equitably distributed among its citizens. For too long, foreign control of Africa's natural resources has led to conflicts, economic challenges, and a failure to uplift local communities. Burkina Faso's bold decision could be the beginning of a new era where African nations reclaim control over their natural wealth. Gold mining plays a crucial role in Burkina Faso's economy, contributing to over 70% of the country's export revenues. The nationalization of these mines is a clear statement of intent from the government to protect and harness these resources for the benefit of the entire population. Industry experts believe that this move could inspire other African countries to follow suit, challenging the long-standing dominance of foreign corporations in Africa's resource extraction industries. The significance of Burkina Faso's actions extends beyond its borders. Across Africa, many nations have struggled with the challenges posed by foreign control of their natural resources. The Democratic Republic of Congo, for instance, is rich in minerals, but has faced decades of conflict and exploitation due to the lack of control over its resources. Burkina Faso's nationalization of its gold mines could serve as a model for other countries facing similar challenges. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso's leader, has made it clear that this move is part of a broader strategy to refine and add value to the country's natural resources domestically. Earlier this year, in January, he inaugurated the first mine with a treatment facility in the country, emphasizing the importance of processing resources within Burkina Faso rather than exporting raw materials abroad. This strategy not only aims to increase the country's revenues, but also to create jobs, foster innovation, and retain more value within the country. One of the key issues that have plagued African economies is the export of raw materials without adding value. When a country exports its resources in their raw form, it is essentially exporting jobs, innovation, and potential revenue. By refining and processing these resources domestically, Burkina Faso is taking a significant step toward economic sovereignty. The importance of adding value to natural resources cannot be overstated. It allows countries to retain more wealth within their borders, create jobs, and build industries that can drive long-term economic growth. President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa has echoed similar sentiments, stating that South Africa will no longer export its natural resources in their raw form, but will instead build industries to process these materials domestically. This approach, if adopted across Africa, could revolutionize the continent's economies. However, achieving this goal requires more than just national policies. It demands a unified approach across the continent. As Captain Traoré and other African leaders have pointed out, if only a few countries adopt these policies, while others continue to export raw materials, the effort will be undermined. Therefore, there is a growing call for African nations to come together and agree to stop exporting raw materials, and instead focus on building industries that can process and add value to their resources. Before we dive deeper, take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth analysis on topics that matter. While the idea of a unified African approach to resource management is appealing, it is not without its challenges. Africa has a long history of division, often exacerbated by colonial powers who exploited these divisions for their gain. Even today, many African countries operate in isolation, with policies that are often at odds with their neighbors. The lack of unity in Africa is a significant barrier to achieving the goal of economic sovereignty. If Burkina Faso, for example, restricts the export of its natural resources, but other countries do not, foreign companies will simply turn to those other countries for the same resources. This undermines the efforts of countries like Burkina Faso and highlights the need for a collective approach. African leaders must learn from history. When European powers sought to conquer Africa, they came together at the Berlin Conference, uniting their efforts to divide and exploit the continent. For Africa to break free from the chains of colonialism and neo-colonialism, it must adopt a similar approach, but this time with the goal of uniting for the benefit of its people. The nationalization of Burkina Faso's gold mines and the broader push for economic sovereignty also have significant implications for Africa's youth. Across the continent, young people are struggling with high unemployment rates and limited opportunities. Many are forced to leave their home countries in search of better prospects, often risking their lives in dangerous journeys across the Mediterranean Sea. By taking control of their natural resources and building industries that can create jobs, African nations can offer their youth a brighter future. This is not just about economic growth. It is about giving young people the opportunity to build a life in their own countries, to contribute to the development of their communities, and to take pride in their heritage. The Chinese and Europeans have long benefited from Africa's resources, often at the expense of the continent's people. Now, there is a growing recognition that this must change. Africa's young leaders, like Captain Ibrahim Traoré, are stepping up to the challenge, determined to ensure that their country's wealth benefits their people rather than foreign corporations. The nationalization of Burkina Faso's gold mines is a powerful reminder of the importance of Pan-Africanism. This ideology, which calls for the unity and solidarity of African nations, is more relevant today than ever before. As African leaders work to reclaim control of their natural resources, they must also work to build a united front that can stand up to foreign powers and negotiate from a position of strength. Pan-Africanism is not just about political unity. It is about economic collaboration, cultural exchange, and the collective development of the continent. By working together, African nations can ensure that their resources are used to benefit their people, create jobs, and drive innovation. Burkina Faso's decision to nationalize its gold mines is a bold and transformative move that could signal the beginning of a new era for the country and the continent. By taking control of its natural resources, Burkina Faso is not only securing its economic future, but also setting an example for other African nations to follow. This move is about more than just gold. It is about reclaiming Africa's wealth for its people, creating jobs, fostering innovation, and building a future where African nations can stand on their own 2 feet. As Burkina Faso takes this important step, it is a reminder that the road to economic sovereignty is not easy, but it is a road worth traveling. In this new era, African nations must come together, unite their efforts, and work toward a common goal: the liberation and development of the continent. The time has come for Africa to take control of its destiny, and Burkina Faso is leading the way. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more updates and discussions on Africa's journey towards economic sovereignty. Let's spread the word and be part of the change.